Good evening. This is Eswatini TV News Bulletin 8, read to you by myself, Natile Sitole, alongside Nomakabiso Ngambule. First up, here's a look at our headlining stories. The Hilton Garden Inn Hotel has trained 45 Eswatini on hotel and catering. The Minister for Health has officially opened a police clinic in the Lubombo region. The Minister for Natural Resources says government wants to strengthen the rural electrification project. And now the news in detail. The Hilton Garden Inn in Mbabane has trained 45 Eswatini on hotel and catering. This was said by the Minister of Tourism and Environmental Affairs, Moses Vilagati, during the Hilton Garden Inn's second-year anniversary celebration at the hotel's premises.
In May 2019, the Hilton Garden Inn in Mbabane opened its doors for the first time to Eswatini. During the second-year celebration of the opening of the hotel, the Minister of Tourism and Environmental Affairs, Moses Vilagati, says the hotel has played a major role in attracting tourists to the kingdom.
We are very, very grateful of this partnership that exists between PSPF and the Hilton Group, as well as the government of Eswatini. You know, when you get a hotel of the statue of Hilton to come and invest and be part of a particular country, it's always very, very great. And we're very, very grateful to Hilton just to join hands with His Majesty's government.
The Vice President Operations Africa and Indian Ocean of the Hilton Group, Jan van der Putten, says the success of the hotel is a result of joint efforts of different stakeholders.
It would have been very difficult for us to start the business in the kingdom. But your support and your help, together with the support of all of you, as well as the government of the kingdom, has helped us establish our brand. And in return, we are trying, and we will continue doing, a lot of hard work to promote the Kingdom of Eswatini in the world of tourism.
Chairperson of the Public Service Pensions Fund Board, Semi Dlamini, says investing in the hotel was a wise decision.
This has become the center of attraction. It has become the icon of the city of Mbabane. It has become a business area that everyone wants to be part of it.
The Minister of Tourism says in an effort to bring more projects that will attract tourists like the hotel, government will embark on a project to add wildlife in different game parks around the country, especially in the Lubombo region. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, Nelson Ngamandla with Musim Kona in Mbabane.
The Minister for Health, Lizenkosi, has officially unveiled a police clinic at Sitegi in the Lubombo region. The minister says they are committed to ensure that every Swazi is able to access a health center closer to where they are. We have a report.
Save the Children, in collaboration with other stakeholders, which includes International Organization for Migration, IOM, has launched the Sexual Reproductive Health Project at Lomahasha. This project seeks to empower communities in the Lubombo region with family planning methods. Save the Children Director Dumsani Mnisi mentioned that this is a measure put in place to curb the surge of new HIV infections in the region. He says such services should be non-discriminatory.
Sibuka nje lo mncele neMozambique ukuthi sikhona ukubambisana le tindzaba ta HIV sikhume tindzaba ta le sisipheqela ta SRH sikhulule indzaba ta labasha sikhulule indzaba tabantu labahambako lesi singama migrants ukuthi banakelelwa kanjani sikhumisana kanjani nahulumende balithola kanjani usizo basitakale.
The Director of Health Services, Dr. Vusi Makakula, says everybody has the right to access information pertaining to birth control and HIV.
Singakubalekela sikuthini lokho kodwa ngilo muntu unelilungelo ova itindzaba letikhuluma ngaletindzaba tasecansini siyathi ukuthi nasikhuluma ngesifo lesikhona lesilebesole silwa naso sifo HIV.
Lomahasha constituency headman Kosimpile Mpapu mentioned that Lomahasha community was not properly informed about such issues, which is why they are very grateful.
Ngalomasha besisemva kakhulu vele ngoba nalabantu bakhona na ubabuka nje banenge kakhulu nalabancane. So uma kuthi abaka healthy batawuza ngokuthi labantu bakhona lokufunza kabanti. Nangekuhlela umndeni nekuthi nje na.
Mpapu went on to mention that such information shines a light on family planning and other health and family planning issues which are very much needed in the region. Reporting is Tembelihle Makuchwa with Vumkosi Nzinisa, Lomahasha.
The Minister for Natural Resources and Energy, Peter Pembe, says government requested assistance from the World Bank to ensure that Eswatini are able to access electricity even in rural areas. Pembe was speaking during his visit to Gege constituency to inspect electrification and water projects.
The Minister for Natural Resources and Energy visited the Gege constituency in Shiselweni region, where a number of water and electrification projects were visited. The Minister for Natural Resources and Energy, Peter Pembe, says government will continue to ensure that the Eswatini are able to access electrification.
Lokhu kutawuletha emathuba futhi kulesifundza sithuthuke lokufaka ekhathi tekukhiqida tekulima kanye nalamanye amabhizinisi langabakhona. Emabhizinisi labevakele akhona wona atawusitakala ngokuthi abe nagezi lowenele nalosezingeni lelisetulu njoba bachazile.
The Gege constituency member of parliament Musa Gunene explained to the minister about the water and electrification project currently underway in his constituency. Ernest Mkonda from Eswatini Electricity Company assured the nation that the company will ensure that Eswatini are able to access electricity. Minister Pembe stated that government has made great strides towards ensuring that Eswatini have full access to clean water. For Eswatini TV News on Domlangeni in Babane.
The Minister for Health, Lizi Nkosi, has officially unveiled a police clinic at Sitegi in the Lubombo region. The minister says they are committed to ensure that every Swazi is able to access a healthcare center closer to where they are. We have a report.
The Minister of Health, Lizi Nkosi, has officially launched the Lubombo Police Clinic. The minister says the clinic would not have been possible without their collaboration with other stakeholders, which includes the U.S. Embassy.
The main concern for the Ministry of Health for the people of Eswatini is to make sure that we're providing quality health services at all levels. We are glad as a ministry that the Royal Eswatini Police Service is helping us to achieve this goal through establishing police clinics in all 4 regions.
The Deputy National Commissioner Lydia Dlamini says the facility will provide health and wellness not just to the police officers but to the people of Stegi as well.
It's the organization's commitment to comprehensive provision of healthcare services to its workforce for effective job productivity and service delivery. This development is in line with the existing police health strategy of 2016 to 2022, which provides for the decentralization of health services to enable police officers countrywide to have easy access to quality health services.
The representative of the U.S. Embassy, Jane Maloney, says they are committed to their partnership with Eswatini.
We are strengthening the HIV, TB, and COVID-19 responses to ensure improved healthcare delivery systems for the Eswatini. The ultimate desire is to build sustainable and resilient healthcare systems.
Lubombo Regional Administrator Themba Msibi says the region is grateful for the support.
This clinic provides services to the police service, the public at large, that is estimated over 200,000 people according to the 2017 national surveillance. The region is grateful.
This is the 5th police clinic in the country, one in Hoho region, Shisolweni region, Ngonini Police Academy, and one in Stegi. Reporting is Tembelihle Makuchwa with Themba Shabangu Stegi.
Simanga Mamba, chairman of the Civil Service Commission, has been officially sworn in as the member of the Judicial Service Commission. Welcoming him into the commission, the Chief Justice Begima Palala said he hopes Mamba will use his wide expertise to bring new developments to the commission and courts.
By virtue of being the chairman of the Civil Service Commission, Simanga Mamba automatically qualifies by law to become a member of the Judicial Service Commission. The Chief Justice Begima Palala says now that Mamba has officially joined the Civil Service Commission, he hopes he will bring new areas of development.
Tisebente kahle tinyendike netinkinga letikhona tinkantolo ufake ekhatsi ama-capital projects lafuna ukuthi endiwe sithembe ukuthi kunene kuba khona kwakhe utalisita libandla.
Mamba took the oath of allegiance and the oath of due execution of office.
Mamba, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to King Swati III, his heirs and successors, according to law.
The Judicial Service Commission released a statement this week saying Small Claims Court will start working next month. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, Nelson Dlangamandla with Muzim Konda in Babane.
The Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Bertram Stewart, says the Life Skills Education radio program assists learners to improve their knowledge, skills and attitudes in relation to safe sexual and reproductive health behaviors. Stewart was speaking during the launch for Life Skills Education radio program in Babane.
The Ministry of Education, in collaboration with Congo Bantwana Initiative, UNESCO, has launched the Life Skills and Education radio programs, which addresses issues of HIV, mental health and social issues that are affecting learners and young people. The Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Bertram Stewart, says this program will play a huge role in assisting young people to make informed decisions.
These lessons enable learners to make informed decisions concerning their sexual and reproductive health issues such as puberty, delaying sexual activity, pregnancy, and gender-based violence. Again, the lessons guide and remind the learners on the importance of time management, planning, and goal setting, among other skills, which is a critical component of facilitating our goal to ensure that children and youth realize their rights to education, safety, and protection through an enhanced education sector, and thus realizing positive educational outcomes in the Liswati learner.
Learners from different schools have expressed how the program has been of great help to them.
I can be able to share the information that I learned on the radio lessons with my friends at school or at home. So I'd like to thank you to the Guidance and Counseling Committee for launching such an experience for us, or for launching such an event.
Sometimes they're very busy for us, but in the lessons I see that as much as
During the launch, learners who participated on the program received prizes such as school bags, among other things. For Eswatini TV News, in Babane.
The Director for Agriculture, Nelson Mavuso, says his ministry is visualizing the fisheries and aquaculture sector as one of the sectors that can transform the economy. Mavuso says even though the fish industry is still at infant stage, it is now the time to commercialize aquaculture. Mavuso was speaking during a virtual aquaculture training with Taiwanese officials held in Mountain Inn.
The Taiwanese government, in collaboration with the Eswatini government, facilitated a virtual training of aquaculture with the aim of transforming the fish industry from subsistence to full commercial aquaculture industry. The Director for Agriculture, Nelson Mavuso, says the ministry is looking to breed the tilapia fish, which is becoming close to being extinct.
One of them, which is very critical, which we did mention, is with regards to getting farmers having easy access to feed for the fish. We are definitely going to ask Sophia to ask for just a simple formula which smallholder farmers can be able to apply to be able to produce their own feed for their small fish ponds.
Vincent Lin, the Director for Council of Agriculture in Taiwan, says it is in his wish that both countries can be able to do field visits after the COVID-19 pandemic has passed.
By exchanging the views and viewpoints on tilapia farming and the relevant aquaculture farming, I think both countries can learn from each other and to have sustainable and outstanding developments of relative industries. I sincerely wish that both sides can have exchanged the visits to a country in the near future if the pandemic is over.
Mavuso commended the government of Taiwan for facilitating the training and also for funds to set up a research program that will allow students to learn through training that will be conducted on site. For Eswatini TV News, Sondomlangeni in Babane.
The 1 Billion Rising campaign, together with different partners, have introduced community-driven circles or interventions and strategies aimed at combating gender-based violence. The 1 Billion Rising campaign director Xolani Jago says men have shown interest as well on being part of the campaign and ending violence. We have a report.
The 1 Billion Rising campaign, in partnership with the International Community of Women Living with HIV, the Community Health Empowerment Forum, the Journey of Hope for Women and Girls, as well as Diabetes Eswatini, have launched a community-driven intervention or strategies aimed at combating gender-based violence in the country. This is due to the high and increasing number of cases of gender-based violence in the country. The 1 Billion Rising Director Xolani Jago says through these discussions, they have seen people of all age groups and sexes committing to be part of these circles.
The gender-based violence community circles, they seem to be to start on a very good note in terms of the support that we are also receiving from traditional leaders at community level. And what is also so beautiful about these community circles is that it's communities coming with their own strategies or interventions to combat gender-based violence. So it then makes it a sustainable strategy or intervention that is community-driven, because we know most of the time we come with our own strategies. We tell people what to do, but in this case, they are the ones who are driving the agendas. They are the ones who will be pushing to ensure that they implement all the strategies.
The campaign will expand to places including Zomboze, New Havens, Koteni, Poseni and Ngutseni under the Southern region, among other places. For Eswatini TV News, I'm Kian MCB with Msimisi Lushaba. Pictures from 1 Billion Rising campaign.
The MTN Setco Gcijange Business radio program has seen an increase in the number of participants this season. Setco and MTN awarded 5 winners with 50,000 emalangeni. Eswatini TV's Kian MCB has more.
The enthusiasm shown by participants in the MTN Setco Gcijange Business radio program seems to be gaining momentum each season. This ending season saw an increase of 20% compared to the last season. This season's 5 winners were awarded 50,000 emalangeni, where they would share 10,000 emalangeni each to invest in their businesses. SEDCO Acting Managing Director Temba Dlamini says it is encouraging to know that SMEs do participate in the radio program, which is beneficial to their businesses.
We have seen growth in these businesses that have been sponsored in the past because we do coaching and mentoring and follow-up of these businesses, and we monitor them, and we are happy that even though COVID has brought a lot of challenges to the business community in Eswatini, a lot of these businesses survive up to today.
MTN Foundation Chairperson Busisiwe Simelane pledged that the foundation will continue financially supporting the program. She says it is encouraging to see females partaking in the program as well.
I'm also happy to see the diverse businesses that have been demonstrated here. All the people that won today, they're all doing different business. We've seen agricultural businesses, we have seen baking businesses, we've seen motor mechanic. It's just so diverse, and what is good about it is that we see young people out there thinking out of the box.
Natasha Farwell thanked on behalf of the winners, saying they learned a lot, including bookkeeping.
We got to learn and realize the importance of our businesses. We really encourage young people to start businesses, and those that are in businesses to actually partake in this training.
She says the radio program is not at all difficult, only dedication and listening attentively. For Eswatini TV News, I'm Kian Msibi with Msimisi Lushaba Mbabane.
Residents of Maliatuma area in the Manzini region will soon enjoy having water before the end of this year. This follows a water project worth over 8 million emalangeni by micro projects to supply clean water in the area.
Maliatuma residents will enjoy having water for the first time before the end of this year. This follows an installation of water pipes and a project that has been supported by micro projects. The project that began in March this year is worth 8,621,000 and it is projected to be complete by the 15th of October this year. Water pipes have already been installed, where residents came out in their numbers to do their part. They say they are happy that they will finally have water and be able to practice farming, amongst other things. Solomon Zimanza, a local resident, says they couldn't meet the 10% required, thus the need for manpower. He says they will guard this project like their own baby because it has brought development for them.
Sekubaluleke kakhulu wena msibi lokuthi lo mango uphume ulekelele emsebenzini lo njengalona.
Sifiso Dlamini, another local resident, applauds the community for coming out in numbers and embracing this project. He thanked micro projects for such an initiative and for bringing development in communities in Eswatini. For Eswatini TV News, I'm Kian Msibi, Maliatuma.
Good evening once again. You are still watching Eswatini TV. Let's have a look at our sports news. The Football Association Chief Executive Officer Frederick Mgomezulu says COVID-19 certificates that will be used by teams for games are only from the authorized service provider that was assigned by the association to test players. Mgomezulu said this in a press briefing in Babane.
The Eswatini Football Association is responsible for testing teams for COVID-19. The association has come out to clarify that only certificates from their service provider will be accepted for matchday venues, and players with different certificates will not be allowed to play or enter the stadium. The Football Association Chief Executive Officer Frederick Mgomezulu explains further.
Having said that, the Football Association has already implemented the second phase of COVID-19 testing, which phase has been done this week. And this therefore says whatever certificates that were in existence earlier or originally when the football competitions resumed is now replaced by the new certificates. We therefore encourage and also implement implore all those who are working at the various football venues to be very vigilant to ensure that the new certificates are the ones that are allowed to enter into the various venues, so that we collaborate with our government and also be a responsible citizen as a football association towards the mitigating of the effects of COVID-19, I think.
The association also donated 50 playing kits to the Referees Association, which was accepted by the chairman of the association, Sipoknen, who says he hopes this will even help the referee manage the games well. Reporting for Eswatini TV Sports News, I am Patizwe Msebi, Mbabane.
The Basketball Association of Eswatini is calling for every disabled person who is interested in playing wheelchair basketball to come join the sport. The Vice President Bonkosi Shabangu says they will soon be playing the qualifiers for the Commonwealth Games and some friendly games against South Africa.
The Basketball Association is among other sporting courts that have been allowed to continue with their games. The association is determined to continue with their programs, including those of wheelchair basketball. Before COVID-19 outbreak, 2 teams were already established in Babana and Manzini. The Basketball Association Vice President Bonkosi Shabang says they want more players and more teams to join the sport.
Maybe qualifiers that wheelchair basketball ngeke ukuthi ifika ujoyine ngoba tikhala diningi kakhulu si umnyaka ophelile basimemile South Africa ukuthi si
Bang says they're inviting all wheelchair basketball players to join the sport. Last year they got an invite from South Africa to go participate in friendly games, so they need the players and teams so that they can be able to select the national team, since there are still Commonwealth Games qualifiers and junior teams that are still coming, and they need coaches and officials to be part of the sport, so they are inviting everyone who's got an interest to play the sport.
Sitodla sports sonke ngoba wonke umuntu siyamema ukuthi atoyidlala le basketball. Sina abantwana labadlalako njena nakhona ngihamba edolobheni ngisa wonke umuntu ngibona ukuthi angayidlala i basketball ukuthi akaqale naye sabakhuthaza bas.
Shabangu says before COVID, the numbers were starting to show signs of growing, so he's very optimistic that all those players will be able to come back together with new players, as this is also another way of keeping active and physically fit. Reporting for Eswatini TV Sports News, I am Patizwe Msebi, Mbabane.
Well, Eswatini, that's all for now. Before we conclude, let's have a relook at our top stories. The Hilton Garden Inn Hotel has trained 45 eMaswati on hotel and catering. The Minister for Health has officially opened a police clinic in the Lubombo region. The Minister for Natural Resources says government wants to strengthen the rural electrification project. And with that, we sum up our bulletin for the evening. Up next is the weather update from myself and the entire team here at Eswatini TV. Thank you for watching. Good night.